In this seller's market, buyers already at the very beginning of the process feel like they're at a disadvantage. And so it's really important, and it's always a big question for buyers, what can I do to be the best positioned to place a great offer with the seller? So I have a few tips here that I feel are really important. Then the first one, not necessarily in any order here, is to really understand the current seller's market and accept it for what it is. There are going to be challenges along the way that as a buyer you will experience that you would not experience in another type of market like a buyer's market. In this market, sellers are at an advantage because there is lower inventory. Right now in the Bismarck ND area, the market has softened. There is more inventory out there, creating more buyer choices. So that's a really great thing. So another tip I really want to express is to really align yourself right away with a great buyer's agent. Many times buyers don't want to bother the agent. They go to numerous open houses, talk to all these other agents, and not really align themselves with an agent that they trust. Right in the very beginning, please introduce yourself and find an experienced, trusted agent in your local area who really understands the market. That is my best advice. And then another tip would be know what you are going to do for your unique circumstances to make a great offer. Discuss these offer terms in advance with your agent so that both of you can go in and be able to quickly put together an offer right away in the very beginning, because in this market, it is very important to act fast. Be ready to act fast, which is, I wrote it down and then I repeated it. If you see a listing you like, go right away, get into that listing, see it, and if you like it, don't wait to put in an offer. If you like it and you know in your heart and your mind that it's the home for you, don't hesitate. Go ahead and make that offer. Consider all items in an offer and what sellers might find appealing. Make sure your agent is talking to the listing agent to determine what the seller's preferences are. Knowing the seller's preferences is going to put you in an advantage, because when you are writing that offer, you are already meeting the seller's most desired needs. Consider that you want to make as clean an offer as possible. Don't expect that in this market, a seller will accept closing costs paid by the seller. They may be willing to negotiate with you and perhaps pay for half of the closing costs. But if you need 3% of the purchase price in your closing costs paid by a seller, that will be a harder pill for a seller to swallow in this market. But if it is something that is necessary, be prepared for that challenge. Or in another market, you may want to save up some money and try it when the market is a little softer. Having a higher earnest money deposit is important. Many times buyers don't think the earnest money is important, but it really is in this market. We recommend 1% of the purchase price to position yourself the strongest against other buyers. Just make sure you're meeting as many of the seller's preferences as you can. A clean offer may not include a radon test or a home inspection. I don't encourage to waive the home inspection or the radon test in North Dakota because we have high radon. But it would be something to consider, to really consider perhaps if you're willing to absorb some of those repair costs. So let's say you get a home inspection result and the repairs are going to cost $3,000. Perhaps you are willing to cover up to $3,000 And after that dollar amount, that would be negotiable between you and the seller. Those type of offer terms can be very appealing to a seller. And so that is my tips for the day. I hope you got some useful information from it. Contact me anytime. Love to help you. I work very hard for my buyers. My name is Joellen Kralicek, Century 21 Morrison Realty, Bismarck, North Dakota. My number is 701-391-2127. Thanks for listening.